Oh, wrong month. Okay. I needed an ambulance at Obaka State Park, main parking lot. Megan's voice says over a young man lip syncing, looking frantic. While I work on dispatching a unit, you could tell me the nature of the problem, says the dispatcher in the now public 911 call. The boy tries to express grief, but overacts comedically. Ma'am? The video pans over to the boy's dog, laying in an odd position with head hanging off the couch, but clearly panting. I think I killed my best friend. Cooler Talk, user Benny 80085, 437 likes. Waboosh? What? Am I Wait, what? Hold on. I'm sorry, guys. I tried to look away from the mic. Thank you. I guess so. Thanks, Eli. It came too quickly. Alright. The pair walk towards... dang it, I always forget to pull this up. I gotta get my little cheat sheet. Here we go. Gladsheim. My bad. I'm sure, Eli, you are not the only one. At least not with some of the people here. The pair walked towards Gladheim, a bit slower than Forsetti would normally walk. Morgan found herself enjoying the view and stopped frequently to admire the scenery. She talked to the friendly squirrels that ran along the path, and even a deer that came a bit close, hoping for the apple core she now carried, which she was glad to give. This is awesome! You live like this all the time? Not all the time. There's always a battle around the corner, a trial to hold, worshippers seeking guidance, a scavenger hunt, that kind of stuff. Forsetti responded, I'd be happy to sit and play with the animals. Just don't be too trusting. They can be real gossips. Really? Morgan asked, confused. Yeah, I told you. We understand all languages. That includes animals. Or at least the idea of what they're trying to express. If you do encounter one that talks your language, it's probably a shapeshifter, and I definitely wouldn't trust it. Shapeshifter? Like Loki? Eli, you're fine. I guess you have not been in some of the conversations lately, but lately they've been all over the place. So, and I'm talking about like adult stuff. So you're fine. Which, by the way, nobody didn't tell me this, and I had like a friend of mine tell me that apparently with my viewer attack, that when you throw the bras, apparently it makes the Pornhub noise, which I did not know. So, so thanks everybody for letting me know. I appreciate it. Cuz I had no idea. I was so clueless. If well, if you did not directly say that it's from Pornhub, I probably did not catch the hint. Cuz I actually never been on there, so I don't know. So for my viewer attack Eli, you could throw brawls at me, and when you do, it makes a noise. And apparently it's the drum sound from there or something. I don't know. So if you scroll like over the screen, like where I'm streaming, there's like a little heart in a tomato, like a heart-shaped tomato. If you hit that, that gives you different options to throw at me. But yeah, so it's for 50 biddies, basically. Which I probably need to up that. Yep, there you go. So Sangi is getting ready. He's about to demonstrate for you. There you go. Which I had no idea. It isn't letting you. What is it doing? Yep, yep. I guess Sunshine has the same thing, and she told me about something that she has that somebody does. Are you able to look at my extensions that I have for the channel? Because it should be listed on there. You know, I think I might up that one. Are you on the laptop, Eli, or like a computer, or are you on your phone? Are there chat redeems for it too? Hey, thanks for the biddy, Sangi. You're on your phone. I don't know how it is on the phone. Hold on. I'm gonna be frozen for a minute. Let me see here. Okay, so on your phone, all right, like if you see, like you. Okay, so on your phone. Ooh. All right. Where? Okay, so there's like 3 icons right underneath me. That there you'll see a tomato looking thing. Thanks, Sangi, for the biddies. I much appreciate it. Found it. There you go. Okay. You know of Loki? Yeah, trickster god. I think he's related to Thor. Forsetti snorted. No, not related to Thor. He's a um Yotan? A Yotan. He's a Yotan. A giant. Yes, he is a shapeshifter, as are many of his kind. Yotan. He's Thor's brother. Versetti is saying that he's not related to Thor. Oh, see, Sengi knows. He knows the actual. I did not know that. Okay. They soon arrived at Gladheim and made their way up the steps. Versetti noticed the quiet around them, despite the others that were milling around the stairs. He caught some stealing glances and more than a few hushed whispers. Morgan thought nothing of it. They entered the hall walking alongside each other and found themselves the center of attention, with a path in the crowd leading to the thrones. Versetti sighed and walked towards the throne, Morgan following a pace behind, now a bit self-conscious. Versetti, Odin said to begin the meeting. All father, Versetti bowed, a signal to Morgan, who also bowed. Thanks, Eli. I preferred the kisses over probably the brawl. I could totally see that, Versetti. You would do something like that. Thanks. And this is your... Odin drew out the last word for Versetti to fill in. But Morgan interjected. Associate. Morgan, nice to meet you. Associate. Odin tried the word, but didn't seem to like it. Versetti, can you tell us how a Midgardian soul came to be your associate? Versetti had presided over enough trials to know when a question was leading the conversation down a path. He looked around at many of the assembled gods on their thrones, looking back with interest and confusion. They've been assembled hastily. Odin hasn't had a chance to tell them what he had only just heard from his spy. Well, the quickest way off the predetermined path is to sidestep it early. So good to see all of you. This is the most chairs I've seen filled since my return, and it brings a tear to my eye in joy. Odin, what's the occasion? Surely this isn't just one so undeserving as myself. Thanks, Eli! Thanks for the biddies! Oops. I asked you a question. Odin reminded him smoothly. Versetti knew that tone. It held back barely, contained acid, and he also knew Odin's court wasn't as guaranteed to be a fair venue as his own. Morgan here was accidentally sacrificed by her friend in a botched offering to me. She died over my altar and so was sent here. Thanks, Eli. I appreciate it. Thanks for the biddies. Everybody likes when I say biddies, so... Oh my gosh, Eli. The puppy one is the one I always use for everybody. Many people don't know that those are biddies. Thank you, I much appreciate it. um. Oh. Okay. Here goes my nasally voice. A botch offering? Nasal voice behind Forsetti asked, "You didn't influence with that mirror of yours. You didn't encourage the behavior in an attempt to gain power? You expect us to believe that suddenly virgins are throwing themselves on the altar for a god they didn't know existed a couple weeks ago?" Sorry. Hey! I'm frozen for some reason. There it goes. Hey! Thanks, Keatrin! Thanks for the raid! Actually, let me... Okay, my shoutouts didn't work a minute ago. So let's see if it'll let me. Thanks for the raid. How was your stream? Try number 2. What? I don't know if this is going to work, but we are going to try. Moogie, how are you? Thanks for stopping. For some reason, okay. Let's just do this. Since it wants to be stupid, shout out at... There you go. Thanks for the raid, Keatrin. I hope you had a good stream. Mookie, I hope you're having a good night and stuff. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I have trouble with the shoutouts. So for the... Ooh. Can you share what stories you did? I am on OBS. So just real quick, I am Legacy Bookish for the people that have rated in. I stream books, like I read books and all of that. I am in the process of doing a book giveaway tonight, and part of tomorrow is the last chance to enter in. So to enter, just do !raffle, and that would get you in. And then each sub and gifted sub is a additional entry. Yeah, much appreciated, Eli. Like, I did it earlier, and it worked fine. And then it didn't work no more, so... Hey, Kimmy! How are you doing? Are you still driving? You were driving, right? Oh, you're lurking. Okay. Thanks for the lurk. I appreciate it. Oh, I don't think I've read those yet. It sounds interesting, though. We are reading The Forgotten God by Micheal Allen. We're like halfway through. It's basically a like Norse god Yeah, I got your shout out earlier. Um, for people that don't know, Cammy just became affiliated. Um, so I don't know if he still has founder badges, but I know I got one from his, But you're welcome to go follow him. He does a lot of WoW, which I mean I played WoW, so I like WoW. All right, Eli, enjoy your night. Thanks for stopping by. All right, so we're in the middle of reading a Norse god book, and basically, like, um, a a girl found a altar for the Norse god Forseti, and she kind of woke him up. And well, after she woke him up, like a lot of people started making these altars to do videos on like Cooler, which is like TikTok or whatever. And there's these two girls that were in the process of doing that, and an accident happened, and the one girl basically sacrificed her best friend by accident. So now we're just in that. The girl that died woke up in the realm of where the gods are. So that's where we're at. Hey, Morgan said defensively. She was a virgin, strictly speaking. But she didn't need everyone in the afterlife to know that. Sorry. I did nothing to encourage sacrifices. All of my judgments were over offerings of food. You should know a thing or two about manipulating things, though, Loki. Forseti turned to face the tall, skinny man that sat in the last throne. You've been working for years to keep some gods forgotten and bring others back. Enough, Odin growled. Loki is not on trial here. Is this a trial? Forseti challenged. It's an inquiry. We're interested in knowing why there's a sacrificial servant here for the first time in a millennium. Then ask my associate. I just met her when she showed up. I didn't influence anything. I asked you, child. Odin's eye began to widen, and Forseti knew he had overplayed his hand. Of course, oh father, I swear to you, I didn't mean for this to happen. I do not have the reach or understanding of modern world to even attempt such things, let alone be successful. I beg the council's forgiveness for the disruption and breaking of the taboo, though I profess to have done nothing knowingly. The gods talked among themselves and came to an agreement. Forseti, we accept that the sacrifice was not caused by you. However, we must not allow an Aesir or any other god to gain power through sacrifice, as we have long held. To ensure this, you must keep your thrall for 60 more years to offset the essence gain. Yes, All-Father, I will do as you command. Thank you for the fair and generous judgment. After that, the inquiry broke apart and the gods went to the banquet table to begin feasting. Many of the group glared at Forseti and Morgan, and only a few gave any greeting. Thor came to them and chatted with Forseti as if he were any other day about what he had haunted that day and the Vanir woman he had met while moving a river. When Thor took his leave, Morgan pulled Forseti aside. Who's that him? Who is that himbo? She asked. I'm going to need you to write these down, please. Down because ugh, man bimbo. Pretty to look at, but not a lot going on upstairs. Oh, that's Thor. You sure? Uh, I pictured him differently. He spends his days in the wild, so he's a bit scruffy. I think he looks quite a bit more sickly than he used to. He was a barrel of a man in our days. Why didn't he look at me or introduce himself or say goodbye? Is it because I'm a woman? That's not cool, man. No, it's because you are cattle. Excuse me? You're an energy source for us, and ultimately you are sacrificed like a common lamb. You have better capacity for language, but we understand actual lambs just fine too. That's depressing. If we're so expandable, why did Odin punish you for letting me come here? He gave me the equivalent of making me feed you for long enough that I won't benefit from your sacrifice. Like stealing a horse only to be punished by having to keep and raise the horse. Not making me feel any better. Take comfort. I was planning to keep you around anyway. You are in tune with the modern people, and I need to continue to expand my followers. So I'll be remembered and maintain my essence reserve. Glad I could be useful to your ego. It's not just about ego. If I'm forgotten, my energy will dry up and I'll fall asleep until I remembered again. If ever. If I'm asleep, I can't maintain you. They began walking back to Glitnir in silence. After a few minutes, Forsetti heard sniffles from his companion. Is everything well? He asked. No. Morgan squeezed out through a tight throat before letting the sob she had been holding back loose. Everything isn't well. I died. My best friend killed me, and now I'm here with a bunch of gods, and expected to either be a servant for eternity or go wander a cold wasteland. She sat down on the grass along the road and sobbed a few more moments before continuing. The only hope I have is my master, she said using air quotes, and he told me I'm a little more than an animal to be slaughtered. Morgan stared at him accusingly through watery eyes as Forsetti calmly listened. Forsetti dropped his eyes and frowned before moving to sit down beside Morgan. I'm telling you what they see you as, answering your questions. I'm sorry if you interpret that as how I feel, or even that's how all the gods view humans. I've always admired humans. To have such a short life, yet be able to accomplish so much and have so much hope. Your kind builds things that outlast an individual or even society. The Acer can go hundreds of years without changing anything, including our meals. That bacon you ate has been carved from the same hog since I was born. Seeing Morgan's scrunch up nose, he corrected himself. Not like that. He dies every day and is butchered only to be reborn the next morning. Give me 1 second. Get a drink here. So his fate is to be born, immediately get killed and butchered, then born again? Yes, and we honor him for his sacrifice. let me look. Look at my cheat sheet here. I don't see it on there. Okay, so Shremenir feeds all the soldiers in Valhalla. In the Aesir, his sacrifice will keep us strong for the fight at Ragnarok. But you still slaughter him every day. Well, yes, I see your point, but the point I'm trying to make is I don't see you as a sacrificial animal. Thanks, Sangi, for feeding the dragon. Yeah. Still looks the same. I guess when you breed it, it's the only time it changes. I understand that it is only through the energy that humans expend on us, whether through worship, offerings, or just thinking about us while watching a video that keeps us alive. I've been forgotten. I slept 1,000 years with no one remembering me until a child reminded the world. One person, not yet of age to birth her own children, made enough of a difference to bring me back. That is why I admire humans, and am happy to have one as my associate. He said the last words with a smirk, and Morgan snorted. Thanks. Also, are you talking about Ava? She's like 13 years old, dude. Why bring up childbirthing? Only to say she is not... Hold on. Only to say she is not yet even an adult. Soon she will have her blood and be married off, but she is already changing the world. We have a lot of things to cover when it comes to everything that's different than your weird and gross time. Does this have to do with you still being a virgin? Why does everyone keep assuming that? Because you were sent here. If you weren't, you would not have been deemed a worthy sacrifice. Jesus. He's not here. That's a totally different pantheon. Wait, so multiple pantheons exist? Yeah, it's all about belief. We had some run-ins with those guys when they were taking over our territory and integrating us into their religion. A bunch of goddesses got split apart. Poor Austria? Easter. Okay. I was gonna say, that sounds like an ostrich. Okay, Easter. That sounds better. Poor Easter even lost her rabbits in the separation. Morgan moved her mouth wordlessly a few times before shaking her head to clear it. Getting sidetracked. So you guys define virgin as someone who hasn't slept with the opposite sex, right? No, there's plenty of same-sex couplings here. We use penetration as a baseline consideration. Yeah. So, I don't think I have the book around. Hold on. No, I think it's downstairs. But there's a part in the author notes that's kind of it was kind of around those lines, which I thought was funny, but Like, basically, like, the author was like, if this bothers you, then this is not the book for you. Like, and like he talks about like making jabs at like different things. I I wish I could like look it up right now, but I'm afraid if I did, I would lose my spot. Maybe if I get to it, the end of the chapter. Oh, okay then. I guess I see where the technicality falls. By penetration, you mean. Fingers are fine. I believe you referred to that as third base. That one? That is the idiom, you know? I've been watching the mirror a lot. Turns out when people appeal to a god, they aren't always asking. Wait. Turns out when people appeal to a god, they aren't always asking for anything. Oh, God. Exactly. They sat in silence a little longer. Forsetti stared out over the landscape while Morgan looked at her shoes. She sniffled a few times and wiped her eyes. After a heavy breath, she looked at him and said evenly, I wasn't good at telling people what I was feeling when I was alive. I want to be better at that here. And since it appears most of you are either assholes or too self-absorbed to notice other people's feelings, I think I need to be direct. Is that okay with you? Of course. Good. When you explain why Thor didn't acknowledge me, you didn't say the reason is because he viewed you this way. You said it was because I was cattle. Then, just now, you tried to explain it away as what you meant to say. I'm freshly murdered in a new place surrounded by powerful things, and was just told that I can be dismissed without a second thought. I stood up to the All-Father to assert myself as an individual, but I was still scared, and then you demeaned me, and just a bit ago tried to gaslight me. That hurt. I guess part of me was looking for you for support or as a protector. And I realize that isn't fair to you because I put that on you. But I need to know what this relationship is going to be so I don't keep getting disappointed. What do you want from me? Am I going to be doing your dishes until your sentence is over and you can't dismiss me or what? Forsetti stared at this young woman, broken by the events she had endured over the past day, but still strong enough to assert herself to Odin and confront her master. He had a feeling if he did not order her to do chores, it wouldn't go smoothly for him. If he did order her, sorry. No, I don't need you to do chores. You're welcome to stay at Glitnir as long as you want, but you are my guest. You sacrificed your life to me, even if unwillingly, and I believe that should be repaid with kindness and respect. I take my role as the god of judgment seriously, and I would deem taking advantage of someone in need as a, what did you call it, asshole move? Morgan barked a laugh, and her tension eased. What I need is what I said earlier. I need someone who can help me understand the world I now found myself in and can keep me relevant. If you can help me with that, I swear to you, as long as I have the essence to stay awake, or you request to be dismissed, you will have a place here. What do you say, associate? FML. Why didn't I just go to work? Alright, fine. Let's get to it. Morgan stood and stared into the sky for a moment before looking down to Forsetti, still sitting. First question. What is FML? Chapter 16. Alright. Keatron, if you want me to go to the author note, I can. Since we're at a good stopping point. Alright. So basically, we just read, the gods held a trial thing or whatever, for Forseti because of Morgan being sacrificed, because they pretty much thought that he did it on purpose, and there's apparently a law where that was banned, basically. And basically it sounds like Morgan and Forseti they're coming to a understanding of their relationship. So we're on chapter 16. Oh, saying, yeah, I forgot. Bohemian already received this book. She ordered hers on Amazon. I'll have to... Yeah, she ordered it before I could send the link, so sorry about that. Of course. Actually, so Sunshine, who is normally in my streams, I totally got her I kind of got her in the book review scene, I guess. I don't know how to explain it. So earlier she was streaming, but she told her people that I got her on Book Talk, and I actually, she left a review for a book that she was telling me about the other day. And from there, I was able to connect her with another author so that she could start leaving reviews. So it really does. So what I've been trying to do, especially because I'm that's one of the reasons why I wanted to start streaming, was to help authors. And so I'm trying to get people to start leaving reviews. At least leave reviews, for the books and stuff, so that we are reading. But yeah, so I guess I'm getting her into reviewing books. So, but yeah, I will definitely tell Bohemian if to do that if she can. She says that she really likes the artwork so far. I don't know if she started it yet. But yeah, I leave reviews. I may go a little excessive with my reviews. Because I leave book reviews on Goodreads, Amazon's, but then I do all the social sites. And then on Facebook, I'll post on multiple groups and stuff. So I'm sure some people are just seeing the same crap over, but it's good. They'll order it, Really? I mean, I think it came through really well. So, alrighty. Chapter 16. Is it showing my screen when I switch over? Maybe not. Okay. Jinger. He's not on there. Alright. Ginger's song Pisces play over the video. The image showing a Bible laid on a table. The sweet melodic vocals start. I drew a different reality with unconditional loyalty. Ego hardly can be peaked. Cause I'm selfish. Hey! Seth, how are you doing? Thanks for stopping by. Did you play the Power World today? I was going to reach out to you because I was playing earlier. As the tempo of the song picks up, the view shifts to a newspaper showing a headline of Morgan's death. The vocals came back in, harsh and aggressive. Scale, armor blaze. Virgin innocent, one being brings life, another runs for death. The subtitle to the video reads, Prayers for the Impressionable Youth. Cooler Talk user the Thompsons 82702. 12,570 likes. Wait, you played 16 hours straight? So does this thing get internet? Morgan asked, staring into the viewing mirror as Forseti doom scrolled through negative interviews by focusing on use of his name on Earth. Is that the thing where people could talk anywhere? You are learning, Morgan said with sarcastic glee. No, it doesn't get internet. Bummer. You think gods would be able to get online? Would you? Forseti glanced up at her. Well, yeah. We used to think about gods like they're incredibly powerful and could see everything. There's no easier way to creep on people than the net. Huh. Why so mopey? It's nothing. That's how we're going to run this partnership? Communication, bro. Let it out. A few people saying bad things, hurting your feelings. Dude, I cannot. Okay, I can't play 16 hours straight. I mean, okay, I'm not a big gamer to begin with, so I guess if I was a big gamer, maybe I could. But, yeah, there's no way I could. I'm not very far. I'm like level 15. I finally got my saddle so I could fly. Oh, Seth, did you know that you could get pals that like swim on the water that you could ride? And it keeps you from like not losing energy. Wait, glasses? Wait, what is this lightning powered glasses? Yeah, I haven't played it with anybody. Y'all invited me to play. And then I had another group invite me to play with them, but then I found out that they're playing on laptop. So, yes, that's the one I have. I have Surf It. I just got that one, I think today, actually. Oh my gosh. I totally did not get that. Yeah, so, early on in the book, Forseti has a moment where, like, he sees everybody like looking at their phones, but he doesn't know what they are. But I think they like in the book, I think he describes them as glowing or whatever. So he thinks that like it's glowing lights that people are looking at. Thanks for the redeems, yes, Seth. Yes, I added the Discord check-ins. Um, because I Sangi bread it again, so it's a little bit different. Yes. So I sometimes I have like people um that like pop into my streams from the Discord, but I don't know, like they've never been on my streams before. So I did the Discord check-ins because like maybe I know where they come from, and I know the connection then, So yeah, so now the dragon has green triangles. You'll see it when we go to the just chatting screen. Forsetti sighed and stared at the edge of the mirror, not willing to look up nor ignore Morgan and look into the viewer. It's not the humans, not completely. The other gods. What about them? I thought they passed judgment and now you're good. That wasn't judgment. It was punishment. They couldn't find me guilty of any crime or show that I didn't live up to my word. But Odin still needed to show I was being punished. Why in front of everyone, though? The council, sure, but the others? Maybe I'm letting something Loki said get to me. The guy's famous for lying. This was different. Loki would play tricks and tell lies, of course, but what he said rings true. The best lies do, Morgan said. You can't come out telling our parents you're heading to Bible study when you're really going to make out with your friend's brother. You tell me you're going to your friend's house, which is true, but left out that she was at Bible study. Forsetti glanced up for a moment. That's a valid point. It's the piece of the restraints that have been bothering me, though. These were made to hold a man so powerful that when he fought against them, he would cause earthquakes. A man that can shapeshift into all kinds of creatures, yet the piece he gave me was shattered. I only know one tool that could have broken those restraints, and it belongs to my uncle. So many have accepted that he's back and working for Odin, even after what he did to Balder. Odin once made me wait in his sitting room for 80 years for him to talk to me, just to tell me not to drink from his mead reserves. Loki was in prison for only 20 years for killing the most beloved of his children. It doesn't make any sense. So, I brought brownies home from my friend's mom and said she sent them. I just took them from the pantry on my way out. Helps sell the story. I'm not sure those things are comparable. You've never been a teenage girl, Morgan said dryly. Can I try to use the viewer? You could try. It needs godly essence to power. I don't see why you wouldn't be able to. Morgan tried vainly to move and control the scene, but wasn't able to effect it. She grabbed the knife laying along the edge and did as she had seen Forsetti do, slitting her hand and dripping a bit of blood onto the surface. What are you doing? Are you okay? Relax. Not the first time. I'm just seeing if it makes a difference, like registering a new user. Morgan found she was able to move the view and began playing around. She clicked her fingers around the edges of the screen in the corners and eventually started dragging her finger from the edges. I'm sorry, Seth. I don't know how to improve it. What are you doing? Exploring. Aha! When she swiped up from the bottom, a new panel appeared in front of the world view. Morgan tried to understand the characters, but was unable to do anything. Forsetti focused on the panel and changed the language displayed to English. Thanks. Give me a few minutes here. You know, this mirror thing sounds more and more like just a huge cell phone. Forsetti watched her for a bit before realizing his presence wasn't necessary or noticed, so he went to his dining room and made some tea. A bit later, he was deep in his thoughts when Morgan yelled for him, and he went running to see what the urgency was for. I knew it! We have a connection! I just heard you yelling. I didn't feel anything. No, internet! We have an internet connection! She smiled as she showed Forsetti a panel that looked like many of the devices he has seen when observing humans. How? You said it yesterday, this world is based on belief. Like I said, most humans would think that immortal gods would have broadband or something, especially since you are known because you responded to social media posts. Even if you did it like an old man feeding pigeons, the underlying mythos is that you watch social media tagging you and respond. I would have never thought of that. You're not human, and you're from literally 1,000 years ago. If you did understood modern humans, I'll be more worried about the state of humanity. Now look, we could create accounts and watch what people are saying and comment and all that. This is useful? You said if I earned my keep, I got to stay. I could teach you the ways of humanity for years, but you'll still not be human and we'll miss this window of clout. Now I can influence directly on your behalf. And what? Tell people you're a dead servant to the god they've been praying to and they should make more offerings? Gods, no. You, Norse, never ever known for your subtlety. Leave that to me. First though, you need to see some of the things that are going on. Morgan pulled up a video sharing site and typed in Forsetti's name. The majority of trending results discussing Morgan's death and the dangers of social media. A subset of videos, though, were focused on the danger of vigilance, using paganism to seek justice instead of trusting the police and government. Some even go so far as to call Forsetti a false flag, to get children groomed for demon worshipping. One video criticized the American president for not taking a firmer stance on alternative justice, and challenged his understanding of the younger generation and their getaway drugs. I'm reading, sorry. Oh, okay. So I wasn't off on thinking that. They talk openly about their leader that way? Forsetti asked. Yeah, freedom of speech. It's like the first thing we did when we became a country. made sure that everyone could talk shit. The second thing we did was let everyone have weapons for when people talk too much shit. I mean, that's pretty funny. In our time, that man's tongue would be cut out and he'll be set in the public square as an example. In our time, he'll get 1,000,000 likes and an invitation to CPAC. Now let me do my thing here. I have to create some accounts. Are you planning to go by the dining hall at all? I could go for some more of those sweet rolls. Apparently dismissed, Forsetti would make his way to Gladsheim, but took a long walk along the houses first. He mourned his friends that had not yet reawakened, and he took pity on those that while awake hadn't regained enough strength to rejoin the others. His other father, Balder, had made his way back to the festivities. I thought Balder was, dead. Forsetti's recent notoriety had seemed to result in a halo effect that gave Balder strength as the story became more well known. Walking up to Balder's home, Brithhabla Brithhablik. He saw that the debris was beginning to clear away as the building mended itself. "Father," Forsetti called out. Yeah. Brightablik. Oh my goodness! Spoons! Oh my gosh! Thanks, guys! Thanks for the raid, Spoons! Oh, thanks for the sub! Oh my gosh! Thank you so much! Alright, I'm closing your tab. I had you pulled up, so... Did you have a good stream? Oh my goodness, thanks for the biddies! Oh my goodness! Oh my gosh. Is it? I'm not very, like I said, I'm not very far in the game, so... Oh my goodness, thank you so much! I'm pretty sure, most people probably know who I am, but I'll just go ahead, just in case. I'm Legacy Bookish. I read books on stream, basically. We do a lot of chatting, too, to be honest. So, just to let everybody know, I am doing a giveaway. It's happening tomorrow, between 3 and 5 Eastern Time. So, to enter, you have to do the ! Raffle. And then each sub and gifted sub is a additional entry for that giveaway. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. There goes the emotes again. Of course, Spoons. I don't mind. I always try to help. So. Thank you so much! So yeah. I think that's basically it. I am starting we are doing a book club. I'm going to do it on stream here soon. So I'm excited about that. So, basically, we are in the middle of reading a book. It's called The Forgotten God. It is a Norse mythology book. It's by Micheal Allen. Sangi, who is in the chat, right there. We call him Sangy, but he's the author of this book. So Logan, I wasn't sure, like, because of the Q, I was like, I'm not sure, you know. Yeah, Spoons, go rest, go relax. Thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. And the biddies and the subs. So this is a North mythology book. Basically, just a little summary. A girl had reawoken a Norse god named Forseti. She found his altar. She made a video, and it made everybody aware of this god. And so, with streamer, Seth, what do you mean? Yes, Spoons is a founder. Yes. I still need to see, like, who. I don't even know who all are my founders, to be honest. So she awoken this Norse god, and he's just trying to figure out, like, this new, because he's been asleep for like 1,000 years, and so he's just trying to figure out this new world, because there's all this technology and stuff. And because of this girl making this video, it's kind of like a TikTok she posted on there, but it's called Cooler. It caused other people to make videos. And so then there was 2 other girls that made a video, and they were making their second video about with Forseti God or whatever. And the one girl accidentally sacrificed her best friend on that video to Forseti. And so her friend Morgan is now awoke in the god's realm. So she's lost, and her and Forseti are kind of trying to work together, basically. So I don't know what a W streamer is. I've never heard that. So that's basically where we're at. Apparently dismissed, Forseti would make his way to Gladsheim, but took a long walk along the houses first. I read that. I'm here. That you, son? Who else would call you father? That a way to speak to your elder? Sorry. Forseti glanced down. Morgan must be wearing off on me. Ah, the servant girl. A lot of chatter that caused after you left, Balder said conspiratorially. Did it? What kind of chatter? Oh, wondering if you did it on purpose, and speculation about how you regain your strength so fast. You have to admit, you've gone from being completely forgotten to one of the healthiest Aesir in a short time. What should they think? I didn't encourage this. I could give you my word. Look, son, I am not of the mind that you did. The fact that your strength is helping me regain strength too is reason not to question your methods. I'm hoping your poor mother awakes soon. Such a shame she got mixed up in all of this. Oh, a great streamer. Oh, yeah, I agree with that. He's been playing Pal World. Seth? Wait, are you and Spoons connected? I didn't even know y'all knew each other. Oh, I totally forgot to do a shout out. I still have not figured out how to do There we go. Oh, you did? I did not know that. Okay. Thanks, Seth. Did it work for you? Yes? Okay. Because I was trying to get it and it wouldn't work for me. I appreciate. Thanks. Mixed up in what? Forsetti became serious and looked directly at his father. Well, being forgotten and all that. Very little writings of her remain for anyone to remember her after. Balder trailed off. His eyes widened to show he had nearly said something he wasn't meant to. After what? After the Christians destroy our records, he said uncertainly, as if he didn't know how the sentence would end when he started it. Father, what are you hiding? Nothing. Put it from your mind. I must still be a bit weak. Please, I need to rest. Look at me, Balder. Is there something you're not telling me? Or that you can't tell me? Forsetti knew he was pushing in a way that would seem odd if Balder was, in fact, not hiding anything. He seems more reactive than confused, like he's looking for an answer that will sate him. He has to know something. There's something I'm not being told, and it all comes back to Loki. I can't say. What do you mean you can't say? What's going on here? And why is it being hidden from me? Forsetti was on his feet and pacing the room. I swore an oath to Odin. I can't say any more. Forsetti left his father's hall and went directly to Gladsheim to confront Odin. Once inside, he realized neither Odin nor any of the other council were present. In anger, he grabbed a few baked goods and went home, chewing a sweet roll as he stomped. Oh, good, you're home. Morgan greeted him distractedly. Did you get me some baked goods? Forsetti was a bit deflated that she hadn't noticed his purposeful stride and glared as he entered. Yeah, here. He handed her the pastry and continued. Can this internet tell us what happened to me? Why I wasn't remembered like the others on the High Council? It doesn't work like that. But I actually wanted to ask you about that. Before I died, I researched you. Tried to find all I could to make better content, and there wasn't much. It seems all anyone knows of you is reconstructed from one passage written of years after you fell asleep. One passage? Yeah, look here. I pulled this article written by Ava's dad, Dr. Harrison Tillman. He talks about how nearly everything the world knows about Norse mythology can be traced back to only a couple of sources, all written long after the conversion to Christianity from spoken stories. He described it as putting together a complex world using Grimm's fairy tales as a source material. That is true. That is true, Seth, and I much appreciate it. I appreciate all my mods, which is like you and Sunshine. Which, I'm just saying, okay, I gave Sunshine a walk on, and you're very much welcome to have one if you want one too, Seth. What did you do, Eli? I think my cat's snoring. Give me 1 second, I gotta get a drink. Self-promo? Alright. this looks cool. Sorry. Hold on, I'm not okay. I'm under free books. Somebody posted a free book. It looks really interesting. A plague doctor romance. Okay, okay. Let me get back on track. Wait, do you want me to watch this right now? Dub, how are you? Yeah, I know. Are you having a good night, Dub? We're having a good night. Are you like wanting me to play it on the stream, Eli? Or is it something you want me to watch like by myself? Alright, I'll do it by myself then. Alright, I'll watch that. Hey, we're talking about fairies. I'm a fairy. Fairies? What do they have to do with it? Forget it. Point is, there's very little written info about any of the gods. If some monk hadn't gotten interested in history and wrote down the stories he was being told. That's perfect. The world may have completely forgotten you guys. Oh, you want Sangi to watch it? I don't know if I could play it on stream. I'm not sure. On the YouTube? Wait, I'm so confused. Seth, did you watch the video? Forseti sat and absorbed that info for a while. He had known their old texts and altars had been destroyed, but he hadn't realized just how scarce their info had become. Is this what he meant by getting caught up in all of this? The other gods, ones that the Christians also took over, were they destroyed as well? No, the Greeks and Romans are super well known, even to me, and I didn't pay attention in history at all. Egyptians, too. Like, we know some of the Norse gods, but there's a lot of writings and monuments to those other gods. You know, I was talking to a streamer the other day. I don't remember. We were talking about like schools teaching, like the school system. Basically, we were talking about the books that were required readings. And I remember having to read like the Odyssey while like it was like for a section, like a, you know, like lesson plan, I guess. And we were learning about like the different gods then. And we watched the Odyssey with that. Seth is on it. Yeah, I'll have to watch it after stream. So I feel like some of, okay, you know what? I don't know if it's the Norse gods. We watched, we had to learn about some mythology stuff, but I can't remember if it was this or not. Did we make a mistake? How did Odin let this happen? after giving his own eye to be able to see what was coming. But why the secrecy? Anyways, I've been working on building a social media presence. I couldn't use my old personal accounts, way too creepy, but I set up new ones. I've already commented on hundreds of posts about me. Wait. Oh, Keatrin, wait. Do you know like a lot about this? I know Sangi did a lot of research. Okay, that is pretty cool actually. How did they get a copy of it? About me? Bit full of yourself, aren't you? No, just innocently commenting and building a presence, agreeing with what people are saying, and being friendly so they follow me back. If I started coming out swinging with Forsetti's my daddy, no one would take me seriously. For now, I'm just a young businesswoman between the age of 25 and 40 with disposable income. You're 19, and I know that's not how business people dress in your time. It's the internet. No one is who they say they are. I can't I can't say nothing about that. Some of my other shield accounts are middle-aged men who love guns, an older Democrat that's still a bit racist, one girl that's pretty confident the earth is flat, and a teenage boy that's really into anime. Speaking of my clothes, I'm glad I died in a really great outfit. Like the photos of my body are such a vibe. But where can I get other clothes? This golf stuff gets uncomfortable after a while. Morgan had taken some time to browse photos of her death scene. They were surprisingly easy to find. One tasteful shot another. Wait. One tasteful shot anyway that showed her body bent backwards over a tree with her neck and head out of view over the curve of the trunk. Alright, sounds good. Wait, it's on Amazon? I didn't know that. Oh, that's cool. So Beowulf is what I read in high school. That was one of the few readings that I actually liked. And then we had to watch wait, I think no, I think Beowulf. Okay, I can't remember, but we had to watch something that was kind of related to Beowulf. Her pale legs showed from under a pleated skirt and ended with a pair of heavy black boots. The flowing and purposefully torn shirt she wore over her leather top hung nearly as long as the skirt. She knew she should be upset at the image, but she couldn't help but think how great her legs looked. The angle and the position she was in also made the girls look great. The photo had been tilted. Modern title tilted. Titled Modern Delilah by the internet, which she approved of. Oh, I did that in the wrong voice. Goths? Wait, Goths? I knew the Goths. They didn't dress like that. Forsetti quipped it. He had come across the fashion trend known as goth, the dark and severe style that was popular among some modern humans, including Morgan. He couldn't resist taking a jab at her, though, and put on his best serious face. Are you smirking? Was that an attempt at a joke? Or did you fart? Did gods fart? Forsetti sighed. You said you wanted to ask me something about why I'm not known. Nice avoidance. But yes, it doesn't sound like you know much more than I do though. You have a seat on the High Council and the other gods seem to respect you. I looked up all the other Acer on the council. There's a lot more written about them. Like I said, there's two main references and each only mentions you once. The rest, there's plenty of stuff. There's wikis. Their wikis are huge. What happened? What do you think I've been stressing over? Forsetti said exasperatedly. I think Loki targeted my info and erased me. I don't know why or how. I think the other Acer were involved or at least covering for him. Literally, one of the only things that are written about you is that your hall was the best seat of judgment and all that left were soothed. That doesn't line up with them letting you burn. Then what am I to do? Forsetti said, staring at the ceiling. Keep looking for answers, and be less emo about it, Morgan shrugged. Fuck my life. Or was that her? Fuck. Oh, that was the end of the chapter. I didn't even notice. Alright. We're going to stop there.